In our last episode, the Zentradi, puzzled by the actions of the SDF-1, attacked without warning. The crew of the great ship responded with a powerful display of force. Eventually, the fighting worked its way inside to the streets of Macross City. Many Zentradi took this opportunity to pillage and loot the shops and buildings of the Micronians, eager to capture a souvenir of their military conquest. In another part of the city, Chiron's forces have overrun the Civil Defense Patrol's meager resistance.
Victory will be mine. Destroy everything in sight. We can do anything we want this time.
Just a moment. Where in the name of Jules are you three going? Answer me. Respond.
We hope to find Min-Mei, Commander.
Min-Mei? I've never heard of it.
What are its ballistic capabilities?
She's not a missile, sir. She's a Micronian girl.
The most incredible creature any of us have ever seen.
I'd like to meet her in person, yeah.
Silence!
I presume you plan to tell me what you're laughing about?
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord, but I'm so overcome with joy and possibly wonderful.
Stop! All of you, come back!
Come back here, soldier, and face me like a Zentradi. You can't run from me forever.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I can't explain what an uplifting experience it is to be with the Micronians.
I've never heard anything so crazy before in my entire life. You're completely mad! You mean to tell me you'd prefer to be with them? Answer me! Huh? Well now, my little friend, I'm afraid I must deal with you in the same way as I dealt with your companion.
Come back, you cowards! How dare you desert me! Come back!
That's really weird. Captain, I think you should see this. The enemy's actions have become totally chaotic.
Well, this is a good opportunity. Alert all auxiliary groups to assemble. Maybe we've got them.
Yes, Captain. Indigo, brown, and green squadrons assemble and commence attack from both flanks.
Huh?
Min-Mei? And Kyle?
I could interrupt this tender scene. Huh? I can't stand it. This is worse than that movie. Min-Mei, how could you?
Skull Leader, come in. Come in, Lieutenant Hunter. Rick!
Beg your pardon, Commander.
You haven't been reporting in. Where are you? Tell me what's going on.
They're here. Kyle and Min-Mei. Send some rescue people over to the amphitheater.
The amphitheater? Has something happened to them? Have they been hurt? Tell me, has something happened to Kyle? Rick, is Kyle hurt? Lieutenant, open up your comm line. Rick!
But Min-Mei.
Oh, don't do that again.
What's wrong, Min-Mei?
So that's it. I figured something like that was going on. I guess I'm not surprised, or even upset. My job now is to defend the SDF-1 and nothing else.
What is that?
What's wrong with it?
Well, it appears to be a replica of Min-Mei, and it seems we've damaged it. Yes. That doll is not the only thing we've damaged. Now we must desert if we hope to save ourselves from destruction.
Sir, we've received a disturbing report from Lord Chiron that there appears to have been some desertion in the ranks.
Our troops willingly deserting? Impossible!
This must be the tremendous force the Robotech masters have been speaking of. Then the legends must be true.
I wonder when you would suggest something like that, Exodore. You think I should have listened to those old stories?
Perhaps, my lord.
It's too late to go back. For now, all we can do is remove our troops from any immediate influence.
And then what, my lord?
Interrogate them. See if you can determine the nature of this power the Micronians have exerted. We must find a way to resist their control.
It shall be done, my lord. And when we discover the secret of their power, will we then launch a new offensive?
And when? Yes.
Therefore, your orders, Lord Chiron, are to isolate the deserters and lock them up.
Lock them up? And if we let the traitors get away with this, then what's next? We might just as well surrender to the Micronians.
Lieutenant. Reporting. Unbelievable. Out of one frying pan and into another. Lieutenant Hunter, reporting is ordered.
Huh?
Hey, but these are aliens!
Quite right, Lieutenant. But they have come in peace and they are unarmed, so relax.
Yes, and remember, not long ago you were in a similar position.
It's pleasant to see you again, Lieutenant.
Yeah, same here. What are you doing on the SDF-1 anyway?
Captain, maybe I should explain to the lieutenant exactly what's going on here.
Yes, please do.
Thank you. Lieutenant Hunter, each of these aliens has made a decision to remain here.
Huh?
It's true, they have come at great personal risk to throw themselves on our mercy and ask our protection.
What are we supposed to say? All is forgiven and be my guest?
Please, Lieutenant, wait a minute. I thought that you would understand that if we refuse asylum, they'll have no place to go.
Huh? Why me?
Because of your earlier contact with the aliens.
Well, I don't know how my opinion will matter, but let me ask them a couple of things. Listen, what are your reasons for coming here?
We are hoping to live with you Micronians on this ship.
You want to live here?
Yes, because all around here there is happiness.
And also because Min-Mei is here.
I see, but how did you obtain all this information about us?
We had been sent here before by our leaders as spies.
I understand. But that doesn't seem like enough motivation to ask for political asylum.
There's also the fact that you control the protoculture.
What? Protoculture?
Protoculture? What in the world is that?
You know exactly what protoculture is.
It's not very nice to make fun of us like that.
So Commander Hayes' assumptions on the subject have now turned out to be correct.
Captain Global, I assume you're not going to let yourself be taken in by this ridiculous business.
I'm not so sure it's ridiculous. Lieutenant Hunter, what is your opinion?
I'm for it. At least if it were up to me, let him stay. It's a good idea. I guess we ought to take the first step towards universal peace right now, don't you think?
Surprising that they're so happy.
I just can't believe what I'm hearing. Lieutenant, why do you accept their request for asylum now?
Because maybe I changed my mind.
Captain, don't you think that we should perhaps be consulting with someone who has a little clearer opinion about this whole matter?
Hold on, just a moment. Hunter, would it be too much to ask if all of us could hear the reason for your change of heart on this subject?
Certainly, sir. As I mentioned in my original report, the aliens are bred only for war and conquest. It's the only thing they've ever dealt with, up till now.
So?
So when they had their first contact with us, well, I'm sure it was a terrible shock to them.
Yes, he's right. We were amazed by everything we saw.
The most beautiful thing of all was Min-Mei singing, and also that males and females stayed together. Some people even spoke out against fighting.
Once we became used to it, we started to like living here.
Let us stay, please. We can't go back.
See, my thinking is they appear to like it so much it'd be stupid not to let them stay. What harm could it do us? There's gotta be a first attempt at making peace with the alien forces at some point in the near future, and it might as well be now. Everyone here will probably make history.
Don't you think that's a little optimistic? I mean, Lieutenant, good Lord, you're talking about living with aliens!
They may look like us, Lieutenant, but don't let them fool you. I'm sure it's a facade.
No, I'm telling you, here on the SDF-1 with the people of Macross City, they've had their first experience with a life that can be lived not making war.
Well, there's some nice emotional logic.
Captain.
What is it?
May I say something on the lieutenant's behalf?
Of course.
As Lieutenant Hunter said, the Zentradi are organized specifically for war. It's all they know, all they're capable of. For them, the end of a war means only one thing: destruction, nothing else. They can't possibly conceive of life without war.
And that's why we have to refuse them asylum.
No, what's important is we must make them understand there are other alternatives to war. If we can get them to understand another way of life, one that's not a matter of win or die, maybe we can change the focus of their lives and live with them in peace.
That was an excellent speech, Lieutenant Commander, but these are aliens we're dealing with. You can't possibly expect them to adapt to our kind of lifestyle. It's absurd.
Excuse me, Captain. What's the meaning of this? How dare you barge in like that?
It's all right, Colonel. I asked him to come by personally. Are those the results?
Yes, sir. As you ordered, sir.
What's he got there?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Is it something important?
I assume so, or he wouldn't have interrupted the meeting.
Aha!
Well, Captain, what is that? What's it say?
I had the laboratory analyze the alien cell structure. You may find this intriguing. As a matter of fact, I'm sure you will.
Robotech will be right back, so don't go away! Hey, Robotech is back!
What? No! Why, their blood types and genetic structures are virtually identical to ours!
It can't be!
We're almost exactly the same!
I expected something like this, but to be told I'm right is still unbelievable.
Then that means we all might have had some type of common ancestors.
But how does it explain their obsession with protoculture? Well now, it seems to me that we can no longer treat these, people as aliens, correct? I think that we can now view this case as the usual political asylum request.
Now, hold on. I don't think the results of one little lab test are enough evidence to
Well then, I say we grant these gentlemen asylum.
Hey!
Wait a minute. We cannot possibly make a decision as important as this without consulting the United Earth Council.
Captain, he's right.
Of course I'm right.
I accept the responsibility.
I can't believe this. Well, I may have been a little too extreme in my judgments. Won't you excuse us? Come on.
Captain, you know we're going to have trouble with them. They won't stop. They'll call Earth HQ and try to get your decision overturned.
Maestrov, why don't you understand that we have to take extraordinary measures? If we don't learn from these experiences, we are all doomed.
The people of Macross City would find little to argue with in Captain Gloval's assessment. Despite the best efforts of the civil defense squads, the fierce fighting from Robotech weaponry has leveled much of the city. Rebuilding the shattered homes and businesses promises to be a long and painful operation.
Is it like this all over? This is terrible.
Nearly every part of the city was damaged in the attack.
I wonder what the casualty figures were like.
Uncle Max! Aunt Lena! Wait! Wait up!
Huh? Rick, what in the world are you doing here? Are you all right?
Yes! Uncle Max, how come you're leaving the restaurant?
We're looking for Kyle. He went out to find Minmay a while ago and he hasn't been back.
They're at the hospital, but they're all right.
If they're all right, how come they've been sent to the hospital?
Were either of them badly hurt?
No, Kyle was the only one who was hurt, and it wasn't much. Minmay just went along to the hospital to look after him and see that he was okay. Don't worry, it was nothing serious.
Well, we can't stop to talk here all morning, Rick. We'd better get to the hospital.
Yes, but dear, we can't both go and leave the place open.
Don't worry about that. We'd be more than happy to take care of the place,
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't mind, Rick?
Thank you both very much. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
This place doesn't look like it'll take too much work to clean up.
I'll dust off these tables.
I'll try to sweep up some of this stuff so we can at least move around in here. Well, that just about does it for me. How about you?
You know what would be good right now? Some nice fresh tea. I'll go make some.
Huh? Minmay. It's over now. Huh?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's all right. I was just straightening up a few things. Gee, that smells good.
Here you go. Careful, it's hot.
Thank you very much.
Cleaning up got me to thinking. these simple activities mean nothing to us. But to the Zentratis who've known nothing but training for war all their lives, our everyday humdrum peaceful existence must seem wonderful and exciting by comparison.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose you may be right. By the way, don't you want to go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be shy. If thinking about Kyle's worrying you, go ahead.
I'll be all right. I was worried about him, but when this whole asylum question came up, I forgot.
Forgot?
You see, I told you once he looks a lot like a man I used to be in love with, Carl. But nothing can happen because I'm in the military. Nothing is going to happen because he hates the military. But it's because of him that I started having some doubts about how things are being done in the service. My image of him was so complete, I guess I wasn't prepared to hear him express his anti-war sentiments. When I realized what he was saying, I found myself questioning the military approach for the first time in my life. Can you believe that?
I always thought you played it by the book.
I'm hoping to loosen up. The thing is, at this moment, Kyle doesn't even know I'm around. What about Min-Mei? Have you spoken to her? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to introduce a subject that would make you so upset.
Min-Mei has a lot of things that keep her busy.
Too busy to even see you? Well, I'm sure it's just temporary.
That's what I thought before Kyle took over. Now it's getting worse.
Don't give up. Maybe it'll just take time. I don't have a chance with Kyle, but you and Min-Mei still do. The thing is, you have to tell her so she knows how you feel. Otherwise, maybe Kyle will take her away and you'll have nothing but regrets. Oh, and there's nothing worse. Oh, here I said I wasn't going to talk about this subject anymore. And I kept right on doing it.
No, really, it's all right. It's just that I thought I had something...
Another attack?
Huh?
Oh, you better get yourself back to the base. They might need pilots. I'll be along after I'm through locking up in here.
Okay with me. Don't take too long. They'll need you on the bridge.
Be careful, Rick. I hope he doesn't get hurt. What's it going to take to stop all these attacks? Total destruction? Oh, I sound like my father.
Skull Squadron, assemble on Flight Deck B.
Lieutenant Hunter, are your fighters in position?
Prepare for takeoff. Moving out.
Delta Squad, next up. Have your fighters stand ready at blocks 4, 6, and 8.
Kirkland, get ready to cover them. You'll be coming about on their right flank. Where's the commander? I'm going crazy here. Oh, there you are.
Sorry I was delayed. I'll take it.
It's all yours. It appears to be a small group. They were probably left over from the last attack.
I can't believe these guys are stupid enough to come back.
Judging from the information provided by the defectors, these people don't know anything else. Oh my. Skull Leader, pods heading your way.
Roger.
Why can't they just go home?
Not much chance of that.
You're probably right.
Go home! Sorry, Commander, it didn't work.
I guess you have to go in there and fight them. Still in all, it was a good try, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Commander. Uh-oh. Picking up something on our white beam laser net.
Contact confirmed.
Bye-bye. Here they come, man. Get ready. Goodbye. Look out, there's a pod behind you. Oh. Max, try to carry out a flanking action. Lieutenant, they're breaking off. Huh? Hey.
Lieutenant, our scanners indicate the area is now clear.
Well, we sent them on home. Commander, you expect there's going to be more of these little raiding parties attacking us soon?
Yes, probably.
I wonder. How much longer do you think it'll go on?
I wish I knew. All the enemy knows how to do is fight. Yet somehow we have to find a way to make them stop. That's right. We must find a way to stop these battles now, before we're all destroyed. Captain, you know I'm right. When we granted asylum to those Zentradi defectors, we changed this whole conflict. We're defending their desire to adopt our values. If I don't go down to Earth to line up some support, we might very well be ordered to send them back.
What makes you think you'll convince them?
I don't know if I can, but we have new evidence and I have to try. At the least, I might be able to get my father behind us.
I presume you plan to overcome his objections by presenting something compelling to him?
The results of those lab tests are enough to prove we're essentially the same. That should be compelling, don't you think? Well, that's what I'll start with.
You're determined?
Yes, sir. The only way to avoid the destruction of the Earth is to begin coming to terms with the Zentradi. I think the appearance of the defectors is the first step in that process.
Could be risky. They might not let you come back to the ship.
I know that, sir, but this war must be stopped.
All right, I'll let you do it. I agree with you about the overriding importance of putting an end to this war. With that goal in mind, I suppose any risk is acceptable. You leave tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'll begin working on a joint report tonight. I'll have a draft for you in the morning.
I'm glad I'm off duty. These skirmishes take everything out of me. I wonder where Lisa disappeared to. I wanted to ask her out to dinner tomorrow.
Well, I guess this is it. Once I leave this ship, I may never see any of these people again. I wonder what Rick would say if he knew I was leaving.
I wonder what Lisa would say if she knew I was planning to ask her out.
Simple questions posed by two people passing under the shadow of ultimate destruction at the hands of a powerful and ruthless enemy. In our next episode, Lisa Hayes makes a rash decision to return to Earth to try for a final time to convince the heads of the United Earth government to negotiate with the Zentradi Armada. The journey back to Earth is not without incident as Rick and Max cut a path through the enemy lines. Stay tuned for Showdown, the next chapter in the continuing drama of Robotech.